Yo, what is going on? You moderately played Metapod. Today, we're playing some games with Wishy-Washy, and at first glance, it might not seem like there's a whole ton going for this card, 30 HP, 30 damage, but if we take a second look, we'll see that group power ability where we have 3 or more water energy attached to it, gets plus 150 HP, so we're talking 180 HP now. And we got that Cape of Toughness in there, so we can get up to 230 HP, which is pretty good for a single prize basic Pokemon. 230 HP is quite a bit to want to consistently have to go through to draw one prize card. And it's got that attack, the colorless for 30 damage plus 30 more damage if we have any basic energy for each basic energy attached to it, excuse me. So we're looking at, you know, if we get the 3 water energy on here to power it up through our Frostmoth, and we do play quite a few water energy as well, we're looking at 120 damage with 230 HP if we get the cape on it as well. We're looking at 180 HP. So we're like looking for 2-hit KOs on VMAXs, but we can put more than 3 water energy on this Wishy-Washy. We could even put like 10 water energy on it and get 1-hit KOs on VMAX Pokemon, which is not actually that difficult to pull off because we do play 13 basic water energy. We also play 4 Capacious Bucket and plenty of ways to recover the energy as well in the 2 Recycler and the 2 Ordinary routes. So a ton of ways to recover energy as well. And I do play a 4-2 Frostmoth line, which might look a little bit weird, but getting out Double Snom early and then having a backup Snom to support our Frostmoth if it does go down, I think is a really big deal. So I play 4 Snom, 2 Frostmoth, because once the Frostmoth is online, our opponent usually doesn't chase it as often, but we need to get out that double Snom turn 1 to help play around, you know, those boss shenanigan plays that can happen early on in games. I play 2 Jirachi in here for the Dream Revelation. We are a single prize deck, so if our opponent taken, you know, 6 knockouts, then we want to be able to use, or we can abuse Dream Revelation, you know, 6-7 times in a game, which is quite a bit of value to pull from a card. So yeah, we play 2 of the Dream Revelation Jirachi, and then I play 1 Gourmandize Snorlax to help us set up in the early game. We don't play anything like Crobat or Kricketune or anything like that, but we do play the Snorlax, so if we need a little bit of extra help in that early game, we got the Snorlax to help us out. And I play, you know, 4 Level Ball, 4 Quick Ball as our Pokemon Search. Level Ball, this is actually my favorite card in the deck because it synergizes so well with the Pokemon in the deck. Is one reason that Cherish Ball was one of my favorite Pokemon Search cards, because whenever you played it in a deck, it just could find almost everything, which Level Ball can almost find literally everything in this deck except the Snorlax. But such a crazy powerful Pokemon Search card in this deck. And we play 4 Quick Ball as well, of course, best card in the game. And then almost the usual suspects in the supporters. We got the Boss, we got the Research, no Marnie. Instead, we have the Bruno, because drawing those extra cards, we're not really trying to disrupt our opponent so much as we're trying to make big Wishy-Washy. So getting those extra cards off the Bruno instead of playing Marnie and getting potentially less cards is what we're going for here with these Brunos instead of the Marnie. And then, like I said, 13 water energy, the air balloons, the capes, and that is the list. Before we get into the game, just want to give a big shout out to PokemonCard.io. I will upload all of my deck lists over there so you guys can quickly and easily import them from there to PTCGO and, you know, start playing with the decks yourselves. So link in the description for PokemonCard.io. All my deck lists on the YouTube end up over there. Let's get into some games. All right, we're getting into our first game here. We are going second, but we got a crazy good start, actually. We got the Snorlax start, and we got a Level Ball that we'll probably go find a Wishy-Washy with, and we got a lot of buckets as well, so we can make a big Wishy-Washy as soon as turn 2, but we'll see what we're up against. We are up against a Suicune deck. Okay, so it looks like Ice Rider Suicune, actually, and they've got a pretty strong turn themselves. They got the Sobble, the V, and then here comes the ability from the Suicune. So our goal is going to be to try and one-hit KO the Suicune next turn. But it might be a little bit of, ooh, okay, double Level Ball. So this is where we want double Snom to protect ourselves from just our opponent going like attach. Just I'll get boss KO my Snom. That's not cool. I don't want that to happen. So we get the double Snom out here, protects us against that. We could even go with a boss play here to try and slow down my opponent, to be honest. And I kind of want to keep maybe 1 bucket, but maybe not 2. So I'm going to burn 1 bucket here, get that extra card with the Gourmandize, but I kind of want to keep 1 around to make sure I can have access to some water energy. And we got access to a lot of water energy here, maybe even too much. We don't need this many water energy, and we don't even have a Frostmoth to go with it. So we're going to be wasting a couple of these probably, unless we top deck a Frostmoth. And we could load up this Wishy-Washy by a lot. We could get the bucket for 2 more, put 5 on there, look to start swinging a pretty big turn 2. But if not, we can just bench this and research. We got Recyclers in there and plenty of other water energy, so I'm not worried about running out of water energy at all. Not even a big concern. I guess one thing we have to look out for in this matchup, though, is our opponent does probably play quick shooting, you know, Inteleons and so on, so they can KO our Wishy-Washies if we don't load up 3 energy or have a cape for them. So we got to make sure we load them up or get a cape for them to make sure they don't get pinged out by my opponent. That's one thing we do have to look out for. We have to be a little cautious about. Going with the load up on the Calyrex, it looks like they got the VMAX. So this is definitely a spot where I'm okay. 2-hit KOing a VMAX. We definitely want to try and 1-hit KO stuff like the Suicune V, But the Calyrex VMAX, we're definitely okay to hit KOing that. There comes a Pat to the Peak. We don't really care. We don't play counter stadiums. We don't play any training court or anything like that, because we don't really like training court is okay, but I'd rather play more aggressive energy recovery like the Recycler or the Ordinary Rods to recover my energy. Draw into a level ball. That is perfect. We might even get the big one-hit KO. I mean, it's possible. That was an insane top tech. I mentioned it. I was like, well, the good top tech would be the Frostmoth. So I don't know if we're gonna get the one-hit KO here. We don't need the one-hit KO. It would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind getting the one-hit KO. We could even commit to retreating this and recovering that energy. But if we get the one-hit KO, it would be pretty sick. So let's go for it. We don't need the Snorlax back. I don't think I could have recovered Snorlax. So we got 5, 6, 7. So not quite enough for a one-hit KO, but that's fine. We don't need it, like I said. It's kind of cool, but not a big deal. And I think I'm going to split my energy here because I don't want to commit to too much energy on one Wishy-Washy, because what can happen there is then, you know, they KO this with like the Suicune potentially, and yeah, then it gets weird. If they KO like this one with the Suicune, I put like the extra 2 energy here to hit this for like, you know, extra 60 damage, then this thing is going to be that much harder to KO next turn. So I'd rather split up the energy. We can always hit this. If this stays in the active, we can hit it with this on the next turn. It looks like they are going to go with that as they commit the energy to the Calyrex V. It looks like they are going to be attacking with the VMAX this turn. Or that looks like the current plan. They have their Drizzile for the research, no Melanie, and they've attached active. So the Calyrex VMAX is going to be their attacker this turn, which sounds good to me. So we need to get, 1, 2, 3. We need 4 energy to get the KO here. Here comes that quick shooting I was talking about. But we have 30 HP, so 1 quick shooting. If they do play a Zigzagoon, I guess that's where they could get the KO on my Wishy-Washy. Here it comes. They are targeting my Wishy-Washy. They could play Zigzagoon, I guess. I don't really expect it. But they could definitely play it. They quick shooting it, but we're going to get the extra HP on the next turn, and it should be fine. This Wishy-Washy will be okay. And then who knows, maybe we get a cape involved, and we'll be good to go from there. But this Wishy-Washy, actually, this next Wishy-Washy we're going to be looking to set up, this one does need energy, or it will get kind of KO'd. So we got to be careful with this Wishy-Washy. I don't even know if I'm going to bench it here, to be honest. We got plenty of Pokemon Search left, 4 Quick Ball, and a Level Ball, and all the Wishy-Washies. And I'm not sure if I want to send up Jirachi or send up the Wishy-Washy. Oh, next we have to send up Jirachi because we need to load up the energy on the Wishy-Washy. That makes no sense to not send up Jirachi there. Now, the Frostmoth is great for some extra coverage there. Yeah, I don't really want to bench this because I don't know if I'll be able to load up energy on it to keep its HP high enough for it to not get KO'd. Okay, now we got capes for him, though. So we can go... We need 4 energy. So we have the 4 energy. So let's go Bucket first and we'll Dreamy Revelation afterwards. We are starting to run out of energy. So we do need to find some of those Recycler... I will Level Ball as well here to get the Wishy-Washy. Okay, Dream Revelation. Take the... Maybe the... Well, we are going to draw 3 prize cards. I think I'll go with the Bruno here. Bruno, attach that. Attach a cape. I don't want to bench the other one yet because they could play Tool Scrapper. So they could go like scrap the cape on the bench and then double quick shooting it. So I think I'm still going to hold on to it. And then we go Schooling Shot for the knockout. 2-hit KO. We're about to run out of water energy though, so we need to find those Recyclers ASAP here. No Recyclers yet, or Ordinary Rod. We need some kind of, because there's only, I believe, 1 energy left in the deck, which means I think there's 2. Our last 2 energy are prized. So this we might not just be able to. We might just not be able to attack this turn because we're almost out of Bucket as well. So it's gonna be hard for us to actually attack this turn. I think we'll see. We got a lot of good stuff in the hand still, but you know, attacking is super important. And yeah. Suicune is set up. It's going to be swinging. We need to find a Recycler. We might even go ahead and use Dream of Revelation first to try and find the Recycler, use that before we would Bruno, so then we can draw into the energy and make sure we actually get to attack this turn. That's, of course, assuming our opponent gets to actually knock us out, which 1, 2, 3, they're doing 160. They're actually not KOing this Wishy-Washy. The tankiness is really coming through here on this Wishy-Washy. This is, I thought we were going to get KO'd for sure, so I've already been kind of like thinking down that thought process here. Okay, we're gonna get knocked out. Okay, what do we do? But I actually don't think we're getting knocked out here. I think they're gonna whiff unless they do play some kind of tool, disrupt a Tool Scrapper, or you know, the Tool Jam or something like that. They could definitely have one of those. Would not be surprised to see that come off this Drizzile here. That's why I didn't want to put the cape on the bench Wishy-Washy. There's a Marnie instead, which I do lose the draw supporter, but I don't mind the Marnie happening here, especially if we don't get KO'd, because this will get us closer to hopefully one of those Recyclers. Because once again, we are kind of low on energy right now, so we do need some energy here. No Recycler. We did find an energy and a cape. No Wishy-Washy to put it on. We did get a research as well, so we will be able to research and draw more cards, and hopefully get into those recyclers on the research. 170. So we do. Oh no, they will just get the knockout here, right? Yeah, 120, 180. Yeah. With the double quick shooting, they do get the KO here. So our best top deck is probably a wishy-washy, so we don't lose this energy and this cape. It almost makes me want to once again Dream Revelation first still, so I can maybe get a wishy-washy or get the recycler and use the recycler before we research, because once again we can't draw energy after we do. There's the recycler. Oh, maybe I should have Dream Revelation first though to try and get a wishy-washy out. We do have this hand where a wishy-washy would be really nice. So I think I am going to Dream Revelation, try and get a wishy-washy. We do miss. I don't want to lose another water energy. And research. I guess I got to put a water energy on a Frostmoth, to be honest. Got the washy. Got another recycler as well, which is great. Get rid of this air balloon. Grab the wishy-washy. Throw it down. Load it up. Yeah, I probably should have Dream Revelation before I used that recycler there. Not going to lie. Definitely a misstep. But this is great. Another recycler. Reload up the deck with a bunch of water energy. Make sure we can keep doing big damage turn after turn. And yeah, schooling again for that 120. We do have 180 HP, but it's not going to be enough to stop our opponent from getting a knockout here, I don't think. They might even go with like knock out my active plus double quick shooting my Jirachi. And actually that puts us in quite a... Ooh, that's actually quite a tough spot to come back from, I think. We'll be in a little bit of a rough spot if they go with that play. If they go with the knockout on the... They have the knockout on the active. Double quick shooting my Jirachi. Because then next turn they can double quick shooting it again, plus knock out my active to close out the game. So them getting this KO on the Jirachi is actually a pretty big deal. If they see the play. As long as they see the play, but it's pretty out there, to be honest. I would be surprised if my opponent doesn't see this one. And deal with my both those Pokemon like that. So I guess a cape would have been pretty big here on this fish, which I did have. So I messed up my sequencing there, like I mentioned. I should have gone with Dream Revelation before I used the recycler. That way I could try and get into a wishy-washy, put that energy and the cape on it. There's the knockout. They don't have another attacker set up yet, so if we get the knockout on this Suicune, they might not be able to follow up. So let's see what we get off the top. Wishy-washy would be great. No wishy-washy, so we're Brunoing. We need to find a wishy-washy and 3 energy. Plenty of energy. No wishy-washy yet. Dreamy Revelation leads us to the wishy-washy. It has a cape as well, so this is looking okay so far. Another one. And another one, and the cape. So it is one tanky fish. We'll get the KO here. And we have a boss in hand as well. So if this Drizzile doesn't evolve, or if we top deck an energy, which we have pretty good odds of top decking energy, I think. Oh, we got the bucket off the prize cards. That would work as well, potentially. We can definitely look to potentially go boss knockout on an Inteleon. But if they get the VMAX here and they get the energy, I think we're a little bit out of luck. They're chasing down my Jirachi here. But like I said, you know, they get this Jirachi KO, they still need to KO this fish or have a boss play on the Frostmoth, I guess. But I think, yeah, Calyrex VMAX, I like forget how much damage. Yeah, 250. I was like, I think it's 250. So they can one-hit KO the Wishy-Washy with just the VMAX plus an energy. The question is just going to be, do they have it? Here comes a level ball. It looks like they might not have it yet. And they probably only play like a 2-2 VMAX line. They only have one Evolution Incense potentially left as well. But we're in a spot where we actually need to use boss basically to get the win here. We won't be able to use just knock out their active in this situation. Here comes the research. Do they find the VMAX? No Drizzile to use. They could potentially draw into... Oh, there's the VMAX. They could have drawn into the Shady Dealings and Inteleon to find an Evolution Incense, but they find the VMAX. There's the Max Lands. We kept it close here. If they didn't get the VMAX there, we had the boss close it out on that Drizzile or the Sobble, but our opponent gets it, and we fall just short of the dub here in this first one. All right, getting into another one, we're going first. We got a pretty good starter with the Jirachi. We got a level ball to grab ourselves a Snom as well, and some air balloons to back it up, so pretty good opening hand. And we are up against a Rayquaza VMAX deck. Let's go ahead and use Dream Revelation first. Got ourselves a Bruno for a following up turn, and then we can go ahead and grab ourselves that Snom. So yeah, we're up against the Rayquaza. This should be a pretty good matchup, I would think. Pass. Let's see what they get turn one. Yeah, Rayquaza, they could be playing the Zeraora, which would definitely be a little bit tough to deal with. The Zeraora would be actually pretty tough to deal with for sure. All that snipe damage can draw them a lot of prize cards really fast. So that would be annoying to deal with for sure. We'll see if they're rocking that or not as this game plays out. But pretty solid start so far. And we have a decent start too. They actually play Boltund and they play Flapple. So they got the whole squad on the bench here. Only one Mareep. Only one Mareep on the bench here. The Flapple is super interesting. And the Crobat. So they literally only have one Mareep. And they don't have any bench space for any more Mareep. Which Flapple is this? I am so confused. Is it going to become the one that does a lot of damage to V Pokemon? I think that's the one. If I had to guess for which one they're playing, it would be that one. 50 damage. Oh, it's 50 damage for each ability in play, I think, actually, is what it does. But yeah, my opponent's bench is looking a little janky here. But we don't have anything too great for ourselves yet. I do have a lot of water energy in hand, so I'm going to try and find a Wishy-Washy. There it is. We're going to try and get a one-hit KO here, I think. Got 4 so far. We need what? 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. Yeah, we need 8 energy. Oh, no, 7. We need 7 energy to get the one-hit KO here. So let's see if this Bruno can find us like a bucket and a water or something like that. Water, no bucket. Got another Snom. Definitely like to see that, but not too much else to work with. Might even have to go. We could even go into Snorlax this turn, to be honest. And I kind of like the idea of that. For sure, because I don't want to have to do it on the... It feels better to do it this turn than the following turn. Even if they have the boss KO, the Wishy-Washy, we have like the Recycler to put the energy back. And yeah, this hand is looking a lot better to start going through the game with. So I definitely like the Gourmandize this turn. We weren't getting the one-hit KO or anything. So let's just like take our time here. Yeah, kind of chill out. Crushing Hammer of all things. Was not expecting that. Crushing Hammer comes down. I guess this could mess up my Wishy-Washy a little bit. 2 heads now. On the Wishy-Washy, so we're not doing as much damage as I want to be doing on the next turn. Yeah, that hurts a little bit. That's annoying. Oh, the Marnie. We had a great hand, and they took it all away. Love to see it. Got a Bruno still, and that's really the main thing we want to have in the hand is that Bruno. So we got the Bruno, so I'm not too worried about it. They also might whiff the knockout here. They do need an energy to attach to the Bolton. So if they didn't hit the energy for turn A, and it looks like they maybe did whiff, no, they got the switch. They can use the Rayquaza here to attack, or actually they can Dynamotor to the Bolton and then retreat and knock us out. But we will have to use the Bruno for those extra cards now, so it's not too big of a hit on my end at all. And I'll probably actually, I'm thinking, probably bench this extra Snom. Okay. I mean, sometimes you get 3 tails, sometimes you get 3 heads, as my opponent does with their Crushing Hammer. So we're not doing nearly as much damage as I wanted to be doing with this Wishy-Washy now. Got 1 energy on there, so we need to do quite a bit of work. We're probably not going to one-hit KO this Bolton. Not going to lie. That's probably not happening. I would love it if it did, but it's probably not happening. We're probably not one-hit KO this Bolton. So I'm going to go ahead and send up this Jirachi. I will bench the Snom. Like I said, probably going to bench the Snom. Another Wishy-Washy coming down is great. And yeah, just load up the bench with Snom. And yeah, Bruno. At least we want to attack this turn, so if we could just get 2 energy. Hey, the Recycler is cool to go with that as well. We could even wait a turn, but it feels a little bit greedy for me to wait. We can go and evolve another Frostmoth out here. Just have another Frostmoth in play is just good to have. And I think I will Dream Revelation before we would use the Recycler here. Grab the Ordinary Rod. So yeah, I think we're definitely going to go with just use the Recycler right now. Just want to make sure the energy's in the deck. Even though we're not getting the maximum amount of energy we possibly can. That's not really that big of a deal, to be honest. And then we're going to hit for 120 here. So, you know. Still getting that damage in there. 120. We'll 2-hit KO the Bolton off the start. That's fine with me. Look for maybe a bigger 1-hit KO later on. Just got to keep our energy in the deck and then keep it flowing. We'll use the Ordinary Rod. Next turn, we'll cover the fish plus 2 more of the energy. But yeah, our board is very set up here. Double Frostmoth. That helps protect us against any kind of boss play. And there's that Flapple I was talking about. I was like, what one are they playing? It's the Acidic Mucus Flapple, of course. 50 damage for each ability we have in play. And we have quite a few abilities. So yeah, this thing will be taking 1-hit KOs, I guess. Not that I'm like too worried about what Flapple does, to be honest. It's kind of just Flapple. Like if they're going to take a 1-hit KO with Flapple, that's just kind of fine with me. Bolt Storm coming in. Okay. 320. But like I said, we can recover pretty much everything with that Ordinary Rod. Yeah, not worried about running out of energy or anything like that. Do this. Do both. Not going to get the Snorlax, though. I could have grabbed it, but I feel like we're probably not going to need it. Grab those. Washy down. What I could have done was actually... No, I guess it doesn't really make it a big difference. Ice Dance and then Research here. Oh, I could have actually used the Rose Tower for 1. That's what I should have done. Whoa, that is a lot of energy. Could definitely Rose Tower here now for 1. They split up a couple of these energies for sure. Over here. So this thing is doing 250. Geez, we might put the cape on the bench, Wishy-Washy. We only need to do 120 here, so we're gonna load up this Wishy-Washy a bunch, and then put the cape on this one, and then I got a Dream Revelation before. Oh, I shouldn't have Dream Revelation yet. I should have. Oh my gosh. Take the water for next turn. Bruno on the top. I guess I could throw this down and then draw into one with the Rose Tower. Okay. I forgot about the Rose Tower again. I probably should have done it before I researched, to be honest. That's when I should have done it. I didn't do it then. Should have done it then. Cape and another research. Could go with the research on this next turn. We'll probably go with the Bruno, though, because we want to be able to play like 2 more draw supporters probably throughout the game. Maybe even more than that. We'll see how the game goes. Oh, no. There is that Zeraora I was talking about that can take multiple knockouts in a turn. Definitely pretty scared of that, to be honest. I'm definitely pretty scared of this Zeraora. We really want to KO that thing, to be honest. We want to take that thing out so it can't take 2 knockouts in a turn. So this thing, we're doing what, 5? 180. So we're 1 energy short and a boss short from actually being able to boss KO the Zeraora. We could definitely pull off a boss KO on that Zeraora on the next turn. So we'll see what our top deck is, but we might try and like, if we top deck an energy and then we can Dream Revelation into a boss, that is all we need to KO that Zeraora. I think we are we top decking energy? I still want to know. I didn't Rose Tower. I forgot to Rose Tower. But I think so. I think I am top decking energy. So it's very possible we could KO that Zeraora this turn, which I think is just going to be what I want to go for here. I don't want to yeah, I don't want to let this thing attack. That sounds like too much. Top deck Bruno. So we didn't get either of the things, so we're just going to go with the Bruno here. Maybe we'll get the 1-hit KO on the Rayquaza VMAX, though. That would be pretty sick. Got the Recycler. Got a bucket. Oh, man. We are close. What do we have left? 4 energy in the deck. We need... I mean, we need a lot. We need 10. Oh, I don't think we can quite get there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to quite get there. I'm going to go with the Recycler first here. I think we're going to have to settle for a 2-hit KO on the Rayquaza VMAX. Recycler, and then I'm going to Dream Revelation, or actually go Wishy Washy, bucket for 2, play the cape. And then I can go Rose Tower for 1 into Dream Revelation, which makes a little bit more sense, I guess. And these fish are tanky. Like, these won't get KO'd. As long as I get another energy. Okay, another energy. And the Dream Revelation, another energy. So yeah, we're going to be we ended up with 1 energy short there. We were so close, though. Definitely need to make this one do a little bit more damage. And then... maybe I just split the energy evenly here. And then I should actually swing with the one that has less energy on it. With that schooling shot for 150. I think this makes sense to me. But yeah, we have these capes here. So that means, you know, they're only doing 200 and then 160. So they can only actually draw 1 prize card unless they have a boss in hand. Then they can draw 2 prize cards, and then we're in trouble. But if they don't actually have a boss here, we're still definitely in this one, and it's definitely very close still. We do need a load of this Wishy Washy to be able to take a 1-hit KO on that. So we're 2 energy short off this Wishy Washy being able to take a knockout, but we have a lot of energy in the deck. Yeah, there's the swing, but yeah, can't KO, just can hit. Here's a cape. I don't really want it. Could go with a boss knockout on the Rayquaza, and then we're just 1 prize card away. I kind of like this, and it also gives us the prize card for the turn. Treat. Could even put the cape here, and then draw 2 with Rose. Gonna go with that KO here. Gonna draw ourselves 3 prize cards. 1, 2, 3. Got a boss. So now we're only 1 prize card away. We could use this boss and just KO something like the Flaffy or the Flapple and just win the game. So we're in a pretty good spot. The only thing I'm afraid of here is Tool Scrapper, I guess. Tool Scrapper would... I guess it wouldn't KO my active Wishy Washy. It would KO the bench one, which means we'd have to recover a pretty big Wishy Washy to be able to close this one out. So that's kind of scary if they do play Tool Scrapper. The question is, you know, do they play the Tool Scrapper? They got a whole bunch of other junk in here, you know, Crushing Hammers and so on. Nope, just the Cross Fist for the knockout. So we get the dub against this Lightning Box deck of my opponents. I always forget how good this card is. Like, it does so much damage. But yeah, the boss will wrap this one up for us. It got really close at the end. I was definitely scared of Tool Scrapper. I was scared of the Tool Scrapper for sure. But no Scrapper, clean dub over the Rayquaza Flaffy box. And that's gonna do it for these games with the Wishy Washy deck, guys. It's a good meme if you're looking for something different, so check it out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.